Hey everybody, welcome to Forex Trading Analysis. This is 4:49 on Monday, 4th of June, and today we're going to be looking at three different pairs, but before we get started, quick risk disclaimer. Foreign exchange trading carries a high level of risk. Before you decide to trade foreign exchange, we encourage you to consider your investment objectives, your risk tolerance, and trading experience. It is possible to lose some or all of your initial investments, so don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Seek advice from an independent financial or tax advisor, and all information provided is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as trading advice or counsel. So the first pair I want to take a look at today are, first of all, the US dollar pairs, which I've been saying for a while I believe are in an uptrend. The 100 and 200 moving averages are sloped to the upside, and we have been in a pretty steady uptrend starting from lows at around 5.97 back in the end of May. So we have seen a nice rotation up from the US dollar, almost every single US dollar pair over the past 3 days or so, and that has been continuing over the past few weeks. So one thing that I do like to see right now is that currently these pairs are beginning to get into oversold positions, and by the fact that we have reached a point where I do believe price will start to pivot off and go back to the upside, I do think that we are in an oversold conditions right now, and especially for a US dollar, which I do believe is going to be in an extended uptrend. This is going to be a nice place to enter some buy orders for this pair, the US dollar, Norwegian krona, as well as a few other US dollar pairs. So initial targets I'll be looking at are, since I do believe we are in an uptrend, I'll be extending it a little bit further. I think we could see up to the highs here. Close of the highest close is at 6.1501, and possibly even to the highest highs, which come in at 6.1698. So if we start to see above that, I'll throw up a daily chart, we could possibly see higher here as well in some of the other pairs. So one thing that is a little bit concerning, the only thing that I do like to take a look at when I look at the daily and the hourly, is that the hourly is in oversold conditions, but the daily charts are beginning to just come out of overbought conditions. So the RSI could possibly see down to maybe 60 or possibly even 50, and so we could see a little bit longer run in this in a couple bars. I would wait till bars close. We could possibly see down to the 200-hour moving average as well, possibly even just a few pips below. But like I said, I do like an extended uptrend for the US dollar, and I think that we should see, if we don't consolidate here, which we probably will over the next couple days, we could possibly see down to the 200-hour, and other than that, I don't think we have too much left to run to the downside. So those are my views on the US dollar right now. And the other pair that is a little bit more interesting to trade is the US dollar Swiss franc, which currently is just below the 200-hour moving average. So sort of one thing that I like to see is a double dip into the oversold conditions, which means that we've extended even further and the risks are even lower for a trade back to the upside. So we could, again, similar to the Norwegian krona, we could possibly see down a little bit further, possibly 0.9576, and possibly down to the lows here, which are previous support at around 0.9534. So those are going to be some nice trades around 80 pips, and we should see some really nice situations out of these pairs. I did say a few days ago that I did think that the US dollar wasn't for a correction to the downside, and I do believe that we have seen this correction over the past 3 days. We rotated down from the highs, and we should now see a continuation back to the upside. But I do think that that will come along with a little bit of a consolidation for the US dollar, just because we have seen such extended bars over the past few weeks. And so we could start to bounce around in between the 100 and 200 possibly, and they could start to curve to the downside a little bit before we do start a trend back to the upside. But I do believe that we will start to see the trend to the upside, if not through the end of this week, possibly the beginning of next week. So it should happen by at least Thursday, but we might bounce around in here for a few days and slow trading days. I actually was talking to a trader at the New York Stock Exchange today who was talking about how he thought that the next few days were going to be slow as well from the stock exchange, and it was a slow day today. So a few things that I do like to see from this pair are happening, and I will continue to look at this pair. I've been looking at it for the past few videos, and we will continue to be looking at that pair. The last one I do want to take a look at is the pound dollar, which is extremely oversold right now. RSI reached all the way down to 16.16 or 14, sorry, and that's one of the lowest it's been in a while. Usually it doesn't go below 20, but since we are in such oversold conditions, I do like a pretty extended trip to the upside from the pound dollar. We could see it based on the consolidation of the US dollar. Possibly people will be buying the pound in a little bit more droves. So this is a really nice area to buy the pound dollar, and I think we could see a pretty large move back to the upside. We could see, first of all, to the close of this bar, which is at 1.54804, which is around a 100 pip move, and possibly even higher than that. But that'll be my first target, and I think RSI could possibly see all the way up to 40, which, if price does follow suit, we should see a pretty nice move. 100 pips is a solid trade for any trader. And so those are the things that I see from pound right now. And these are three pairs that I do like the setups a lot right now. They also taking a look at the 1 hourly for the pound. We have started to consolidate a little bit, and a push to the upside could resume. So those are the things that I do like to see, and thank you very much for watching. Please follow us during the week at SynergyFX for more updates, and good luck trading.